How to make money from your beehiiv email list. What up, guys? Hope you're having a great day so far. So today's YouTube video and newsletter was inspired by a tweet by Matt Paulson, also known as the Media King on X, where he showed up on my feed a few weeks ago and shared this tweet. Let me just open it up. So he shared a tweet, right? 10 ways to monetize an email list, right? Most publishers use 3, right? So newsletter ads, affiliate deals, trigger sequences, co-reg, display, SMS crossover, premium tiers, direct response, products, partner revenue, right? And so that got me an idea to share how you could do this with your beehiiv newsletter if you started one or you're thinking about starting one as well. So let's break down each one with examples as well, because examples help a lot, right? So I'm gonna just move this player out of here. All right, so ads, number 1. So these can be ads that either a brand has reached out to you, right? So maybe you reached out or they reached out to you, right? Or maybe you're on beehiiv and you're using their partner ad network, right? So beehiiv allows you to use, well, they actually like push ads to you that you can add to your newsletter, right? And make money whenever somebody clicks on the link, right? And so, which makes it really easy for you to make money from their ads and your email list as well on beehiiv, right? So here's an example of a previous newsletter I used to run, right? And so as you can see here, I was sponsored this newsletter, like a issue was sponsored by HubSpot. Well, and I didn't reach out or anything like that, right? But I got a notification inside my beehiiv admin, right, inside my dashboard, right, that HubSpot wanted to sponsor my email, and so I was excited and got it. And I think I made like $5 or something, $3, something like that, right, from this issue, right? Which was pretty nice when you get USD and then it gets converted to Canadian, so it's decent, right? And so again, here's an example of what it looks like inside beehiiv, right? I'm not paying right now for beehiiv, but if I was, right, these are ads that are literally waiting for me to be used, right? So if somebody clicks on the link, right, I get paid $1.50 for every click, right? And so this is again, just a great way to generate income from your email list without really not having to do anything, right, on your end. You just have to add this ad, and the ad's already written for you, right? So the example, here's an example that they showed, right? They handle everything. You don't even have to handle the copy, right? Number 2, affiliate deals. So this is probably one of my favorite ways that I have made money with my own newsletter as well, is just by promoting somebody else's product, right? And you make a commission, right? Now the best ones are recurring commissions, right? So think about software companies, right? Like Monday.com, I think, has one. You want to go after software companies if they offer recurring, right? So like beehiiv, right? So that's why at the bottom of my email newsletter, right, if you read it, you get this link, and if you use this link and you get, like, if you buy the 1-year subscription, right, I get paid for 1 year from them, right? So every month, right, I'll make a commission from that, right? So it's the best, right? And so yeah, so these are the best ways. It's probably one of my favorite ways, actually, because like you don't even have to build a product, right? It's already built, you just have to promote it, right? Number 3, trigger sequences. Now this one I never heard of, right? But of course the Media King came through and answered someone's tweet right when they also had the question as well. So they shared like, what is the trigger sequence, right? And then Matt Paulson shared, someone clicks on a link in an email, you send them more emails. That's pretty much it, right? So you're just like, you're promoting more emails, right? If they click the link, right, then you'll send them offers probably in those follow-up emails, right? And then you can make either affiliate money from those emails, or like a product that you're selling, right, as well. Co-reg, never heard this term, so I had to do a little bit of Google search, and I hope I'm right. But co-reg is probably what he's talking about right here, is where you're promoting other, let's say for this example, you're promoting other newsletters when they opt into your own email list, right? So let's say somebody opts into my email newsletter, and once they opt in, right, I have a pop-up that recommends other newsletters, right? And if they sign up for those newsletters, right, I get paid for those subscribers as well, right? And so if you want to do this in beehiiv, you can. They have the option right there. Of course, this is a paid feature, so you can start recommending, and then if your email list starts growing, right, and they subscribe, and if somebody else joins one of these like email lists, let's say I'm recommending, then I'll get paid for it as well. So number 5, display. So not really sure if he means ads in your newsletter, which is just ads then, like the first one, right? Like newsletter ads, right? I could be wrong. Display. I would need to Google that to see if there's like another way, like if something else, right? Or just ask as well. So number 6, SMS. So this one's really interesting, and not a lot of newsletters are doing this just because maybe it's like it's not offered maybe in the products, right? So Beehiiv doesn't have a newsletter, an SMS option. I don't think Kit also has an SMS feature. Not a lot of email service providers have this. So this one's again interesting because when I used to actually work at a SaaS company like for 3 years before I was let go, they provided SMS marketing as an option. So customers can use so they use the product, right? And when a lead opt in, so let's say I had a Facebook ad for roofing, right? And if a potential roofing customer clicked my ad, right, on Facebook, and they opted in through Facebook, right, it will push. I'll zap them into the software, right, into the SaaS, and then like 30 seconds later, I'll send them an SMS, right? And then the customer would either reply with like, yes, like maybe tomorrow I want to book a time with you to, learn more and maybe even use your service, right? And so the only way you could do this right now is like it's pretty easy. It just takes some work, right, to set up the first time, right? You can sign up with Twilio, right? This will be the provider that you use to send your SMS, right, to your leads when they sign up to your newsletter, right? And then from there it's pretty simple. So you could probably like have a zap when they sign up through Beehiiv, push them to Twilio to send an SMS, right? And then sell a product or a service with that SMS, right? You can even have it like for future reference. You can start collecting phone numbers for your email list, right? And whenever you need SMS, right, you'll have their numbers and you can text them and be like, hey, like I'm hosting an event, let's say, right? And you're making money right there as well. Premium tiers, right? So premium tiers, I haven't made any money from premium tiers. But I know some other newsletter creators who have made money from premium tiers. And so this is like where, you have the free option, and then like if a customer wants to, like if you want, let's say you have an AI newsletter, right, and you're selling prompts, right? So your free tier subscribers will not be able to access the prompts, right? But only your paid tiers will be able to access those prompts, right? So you'll be able to lock it behind a paywall. And so this is again another great option. But you'll like have to have like something really, 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 really good to give away to get customers to upgrade to the premium tier, right? Not a lot. Like I know a few newsletters, but not a lot of them are doing this option. Direct response, right? Pretty straightforward, right? You copy and then they buy from you, right? Pretty simple, right? Products, right? So you can sell digital products, right? So this is one great way, right? You can create digital products like templates, ebooks, coloring pages, let's say coloring books, courses, and then sell them to your email list, right? And now Beehiiv, which I wish they had this like 3 years ago when I had my first digital product, now they have an option to you could add a product and you can sell directly within Beehiiv and they don't take a cut, right? Other what do we call them, online marketplaces where you can sell online, they take a cut, right? The only cut here is the Stripe fee, right, which is normal, right? At the end when they're checking out, Stripe needs to make their money. So yeah. And then the last one is partner revenue, right? So you're partner with a company, right? You get a percentage of the sales that are generated when you send an email, right? Pretty much like almost an affiliate deal, right, as well. So those are 10 ways that you can make money from your Beehiiv email list, right? And so yeah, hopefully this gives you ideas on different ways that you can monetize your email list using Beehiiv. If you guys are thinking about starting an email newsletter with Beehiiv, you know what to do. Click the link in the description below so you guys can get 30% off for the next 3 months. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.